I'm Melanie Hankins Booth, and I'd like to welcome you to the 39th Annual Starkville Christmas Parade.
Hi, I'm John Ford. I'd also like to welcome you, and we're very excited. The parade will be starting in just a few minutes.
Our theme is It's a Magical Christmas, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, John Ford, for being with us. John has been a longtime supporter of the Starkville First United Methodist Church television ministry and a mentor for us. He is an associate professor and the head of the Department of Communication at Mississippi State. Thank you, John.
Thank you. I'm excited about being here.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun.
We also have a treat for us this year. For the second year in a row, our man on the street is Ryan Hogue. Ryan is a broadcast meteorology student at Mississippi State University. He's originally from Louisville, Kentucky, and Ryan, even though he's a student, is very accomplished in his field.
That's right.
And I think that it would be appropriate to go to the street, talk to Ryan, and get a weather report.
Gotta get
so
that
Ryan, are you here?
Yes, Melanie, I'm here, and it looks like we've got a very nice night for a parade here. Temperatures are hovering around 59 degrees here in Starkville. We do have some wind around the area. Wind gusts could be up to 15 miles per hour throughout the parade tonight, so might be a little gusty here, but at least we'll get temperatures down to around 52 or 53 degrees by the end of the parade. So it looks like a very nice night, and it won't be too chilly out here. Melanie and John?
Thanks, Ryan. We'll be depending on you throughout the parade to keep us informed. And please remember that tonight's theme for the parade is It's a Magical Christmas, so there'll be many interpretations throughout all of our entries.
And you know, one of the things that we have to take a moment and acknowledge is that the sponsors for our broadcast of the Christmas Parade every year are very, very important to us. They help us with our expenses and just a lot of things that go along with the broadcast. And so I think we should take an opportunity right now to officially thank them. We'll go to a break and be back in just a moment, but let's thank our sponsors.
The 2010 Starkville Christmas Parade is brought to you by Backstage Music, designing and installing sound systems for churches, restaurants, and schools for over 30 years on Highway 12 across from Ruby Tuesday. Bill Green Photography, capture the day on film. Cadence Bank, banking at your pace through all the steps in your life. Metrocast, your local cable, internet, and phone provider supporting your community.
And welcome back to the Starkville Christmas Parade here on the plaza at Cadence Bank. We are exploring our theme, It's a Magical Christmas.
That's right, Mel. Tonight we'll have 71 entries, including bands, walking units, scouts, all sorts of dignitaries, beauty queens, and of course, Santa Claus himself.
Santa is one of our favorite participants in the Starkville Christmas Parade every year. And I have to go ahead and tell the boys and girls, be ready, be sitting in front of the television, because at the end of the parade, Santa will make his way back here from the end of the parade route, and he will have a special message for you. I heard that, you know, Santa travels in many modes, but I think he will be on a golf cart as he comes back to us on the set.
That's what I heard, and I've also got some questions that I will ask him personally, because I've been pretty good most of the year, so I'm looking forward to meeting with Santa. We'll also have some interviews with our beauty queens at the end as well.
And of course, important in every Christmas parade, we have to have judges.
Absolutely.
Judges have a very hard job to do because with the 71 entries, they will be judging for all sorts of things. But here at the Cadence Bank Plaza, the judges are prepared to watch the parade, and our man on the street, Ryan Hogue, has them with him, and we're going to get a little bit of information now from the judges. Ryan?
Right.
Yes, I've got each of the judges here. We're going to meet each of them and see what's going on down here. First of all, we have Rebecca Tabb, and Rebecca, and you're the owner of and you're a 2003 graduate of Mississippi State University. Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I graduated from Mississippi State University with a degree in education, taught for a couple years, and really wanted to go into retail, and I've loved it since.
All right, well, we thank you for coming out this evening, and we hope you have a good time while you're here. Next up, we have Amanda Pugh, and Amanda is a resident of Eupora, Mississippi, and she's a wardrobe consultant with R. Tabb and Company. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've attended EMCC and Mississippi State University. I'm delighted to be here tonight. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming out. Now, next, Tammy Carlisle, and she served as an assistant to the mayor and the board of aldermen 2010 and currently works in administrations with the Starkville Police Department. A little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Tammy Carlisle. I enjoy serving my city. I'm happy to be a part of the parade. I'm honored to be a judge and I'm glad it's not that cold.
Yeah, we all are. It's a very nice temperature out here this evening, and we'll have more coming up here in just a few minutes. But back to you, Melanie and John.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much, and thank you to our judges for giving their time and being prepared for their hard work, because it is hard work. Let me tell you a little bit about our judging categories. The first one is the best use of theme for a walking unit, best use of theme for a float, best use of lights, best faith-based entry, best business or commercial entry, best non-profit or civic entry, best school-aged entry, and most original, and then of course the big one, the best overall.
And they've got a hard job, and they're right here behind us on the side, so they'll have a great view. In addition, this year we also have some new entries. We have some roller dolls. The Tea Party will be here. Skateboarders, bikers, special automobiles, as well as Santa Paws.
Santa Paws, so that means live animals, I think. I'm greatly anticipating that entry. I think we've got our live animals. And of course, you know, the local schools will be presented, local churches, and we couldn't do it without our businesses that support the floats, that just beautiful floats, John. I can't wait to see this year's selection of floats and the use of the theme, because it's a magical Christmas is kind of broad.
It is, and we'll be really watching to see what kind of creative things they come up with. As Mel mentioned earlier, we are rebroadcasting here from the plaza at Cadence Bank. We appreciate their help, and this will be rebroadcast at the following times from now through Christmas. Sundays at 4 p.m., Tuesdays at 7 p.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m., and Saturdays at 9 a.m. So if you miss it one time, be sure and watch it the next time.
And that's important, because everybody likes to see their smiling faces on the television,
right.
And grandmas and grandpas like to see their little ones, and there'll be a lot of performances here behind us at the Cadence Bank Plaza, and a lot of marching bands. I know you mentioned that, but just the flow of the parade right here, they'll stop actually, which is a little different than most years, but stay tuned to all these rebroadcast times. And I also think that every Christmas Eve, they do a marathon of Christmas programming at Starkville Channel 5, which of course is Channel 5 on the MetroCast cable system, and the parade will be played throughout the day on Christmas Eve as well.
That's right. Right behind us, we'll have the bands performing. We'll have some other, we might even have some martial arts people performing. It'll be very interesting because it'll be a variety of people.
Okay. And color to the parade, the participants, not only them, but the folks who are watching the parade, and I believe that Ryan Hoke, our man on the street, has one of those folks with him right now. Ryan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. We have Cole here, and Cole's going to be watching the parade. Tell me, Cole, what is your favorite part of Christmas? Do you like opening presents? Do you like seeing Santa Claus? What do you like?
The Claus.
You like Santa Claus? Awesome. All right. Well, you get to see Santa here coming up. Santa Claus is going to be in the parade here near the end. We'll also be interviewing him on stage. But everybody's pretty excited for this parade that starts in just a couple of minutes. Back to you guys.
Welcome back. The 39th annual Starkville Christmas Parade is just around the corner.
It's coming right behind us. We'll hear the sirens, see the lights and everything coming up first, and then more of the entries behind them. The Starkville Christmas Parade is unique because each year the Grand Marshal is chosen and gets to ride at the beginning of the parade behind all the other dignitaries. And the Grand Marshal just adds a character to the parade each year that is special.
It's a great honor for someone to be chosen as Grand Marshal as well.
It is. I saw a list recently, all the way back from 1971, I believe, of just special people in the Starkville community. And this year, it is as all others. We have a very important person that has been so special to the Starkville community.
Right. That'll be Judge Tony Boykin. We're looking forward to seeing the feature about him.
Yeah, Judge Tony Boykin, serving our community faithfully. We have a package of information here to show you, so stay tuned as we see Judge Tony Boykin, our Grand Marshal for the 2010 Starkville Christmas Parade.
This year's Grand Marshal is Justice Court Judge Tony Boykin. Judge Boykin was born and raised in Oktibbeha County to Elatrell Boykin and the late William Anton Boykin Sr. He was educated in the Oktibbeha County Schools and Starkville City Schools. He joined the Army in 1966 and proudly served in Vietnam. After leaving the military, Tony attended and graduated from Jackson Barber College in Jackson, Mississippi. In the past, he has operated a shop in Maben and Starkville. He also took classes at Wood Junior College and attended East Mississippi Junior College. There, he received a degree in refrigeration and air conditioning. Tony successfully ran for the position of Justice of the Peace and has helped that office evolve into the present position of Justice Court Judge. He has retained that position since. He has attended 30 hours of judicial training every year through the Mississippi Judicial College, University of Mississippi Law School in Civil and Criminal Law. He has also received judicial training in Bar Harbor, Maine, Hot Springs, Arkansas, Key West, Florida, and Hawaii. Judge Boykin has served over 20 years in various positions in the Mississippi Justice Court Judges Association, including president. He has served 17 years as a member of the Board of Governors of the Mississippi Judicial College, University of Mississippi Law School. Judge Boykin is presently serving as an alternate on the Board of Judicial Performance for the state of Mississippi, having been appointed by then Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the Honorable Jim Smith. Judge Boykin has spoken to many schools and groups on the awareness of drugs and other issues facing our society and justice court. Tony has been a Mason since 1968, a Shriner since 1977, lifetime member of the VFW, and a member of the American Legion. In spare time, he is an avid hunter and loves to fish. Tony is married to Winnie, a retired Oktibbeha County Schools elementary teacher, father of 3 grown children, and proud grandfather of 6 grandchildren. They're members of Adeton United Methodist Church. They reside in the Center Grove community west of Starkville. Congratulations to Judge Tony Boykin for being this year's Grand Marshal.
And well, the parade is coming down Main Street right now. You can see right behind me the blue lights of the police cars. Yeah, it's coming down the street here. Luckily, it's not too chilly this evening. Temperatures are hovering around 59 degrees. We do have some winds in the area, though, so it will be a little gusty here. But overall, a very nice night for the parade. Everybody seems to be extremely excited here. We just interviewed Cole just a couple of minutes ago, and he said he's ready to see Santa Claus. We'll see Santa Claus coming up here near the end of the parade, and we'll also have him interviewed here coming up in just a few minutes. So guys, it looks like an extreme...
And the parade is here, John.
I think that siren means it's about to start.
I know, this is so exciting. The parade always begins with the police car, and this year, riding in the police car, our mayor and his lovely wife, Parker and Lindsay Wiseman, are in the police car, and they are starting our parade right behind us.
Absolutely. Great way to start the parade with the mayor. And again, we appreciate Cadence Bank, Tommy Tomlinson, and his crew for allowing us to broadcast right here in the middle of town, in the middle of the parade.
Absolutely. They could not be more gracious. We appreciate Cadence Bank and all the fine folks there. There's our mayor, Parker Wiseman. And I believe, did you see, was that Chief Lindley driving the car?
I couldn't see. I see Parker's big smile, and
yeah, I think
Lindsay behind him.
That was Chief Lindley. He is always a supporter, and the Command Central, I apologize if that's not the correct word, but the command station for the police is also right here at Cadence Bank Plaza. You see coming behind them the official banner of the parade.
Yeah, the Starkville High Junior ROTC Yellow Jacket Battalion. It's an honor unit with distinction, which is the highest honor a junior ROTC program can earn. The mission of JROTC is to motivate young people to be better citizens. The Starkville High School JROTC program has 200 cadets. Representing the battalion is the award-winning drill team and the cadet battalion staff. The Starkville High Junior ROTC program is under the leadership of Army instructors Colonel Webb and Command Sergeant Major Bishop and Command Sergeant Major Houston. They're looking good there behind us, leading off the parade.
The Starkville High School Junior ROTC department, such discipline and such precision, young people working hard. Typically, or in years past, they have stopped to perform for us here, and it looks like that may be the case this year.
As Mel said, look at the precision, look at the lineup.
And coming behind the Junior ROTC, the Honorable Judge Tony Boykin, our Grand Marshal. We appreciate our longtime Justice Court Judge. We are always appreciative of our city officials and what all they do for our community, and it's very fitting that we have selected one of them as our Grand Marshal for the parade this year.
Absolutely, as you can hear right behind
Yes.
Starkville High School Band in the direction of Sean Sullivan.
And that young lady there leading us off is Miss Kelly Oliveri. Great job for the Starkville High School Band.
The band this year is under the direction of Sean Sullivan, Kathy Baker, Doug Thomas, Karen Dickman, and Demario Jefferson. The band has received straight superior ratings at festivals for the past 4 years and best in class in several contests during that time.
The Starkville High School Marching Band. Let's just take a moment and listen to their performance, John.
Field commanders this evening are Shayla McGee, Katie Wood, and TJ McLean. We hope you enjoy this performance of Angels on Parade.
And the Flag Corps coming up as well. You know, I'm amazed at the number of hours that these young people have to put into these performances and the commitment that they have to their school and to their band. Thank you so much to the Starkville High School Marching Band.
Right behind them, we have the Air Force ROTC Blue Knights drill team. This represents the Air Force ROTC at MSU and then the local Golden Triangle area of Mississippi. Members of the team hone their discipline and marching skills 2 nights a week, and on several occasions, the Blue Knights have made appearances in numerous plays, including Mardi Gras.
The Air Force ROC Detachment 425. Also, often they perform for us here, and we'll look forward to seeing that this year as well.
And again, we have a number of armed forces groups in our parade. We appreciate what all our military people do for us, current, past, those in the future. We appreciate all they do, and they're doing a precision drill behind us. Let's take a look at that.
And you talked earlier, John, about some of the pageants that are featured in our parade. We have coming up 3 very important ones, and the first one is Miss Mississippi State University.
Jessica Terrell, and Jessica is one of our majors. Proud of Jessica. She's a junior at Mississippi State in communication with a concentration in broadcasting.
And I think
looks like Ryan's going to take a little interview with Jessica.
Yeah, that's right. We're here with Jessica right now. You're the 2011 Miss Mississippi State University. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Fulton, Mississippi, and my family just moved to Starkville this year, and we are Bulldog fans all the way and just really excited to represent MSU.
Oh, dogs. Yeah, what's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Definitely reading the night before Christmas on Christmas Eve and then waking up to those gifts in the morning, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, undeniably. Well, thank you very much for coming out this evening. We'll go back to you guys there at the Cadence Bank Plaza.
Thanks, Ryan. And last summer, Jessica earned recognition as a top 10 finalist in Miss Mississippi pageant, and she'll be representing MSU again coming up this year. And you can book an event for her by contacting Heidi Lindsay at 325-3917 at MSU.
And you know, one of the things that is always so important to me, these beauty, they're not just beauty queens, they contribute back to the community, and Jessica has done that as well.
Right, next we have Paige Watson, also from Starkville. And Paige is, once again, a sophomore communication major. Not that I'm biased, but 2 in a row are from my department there. Communication major, public relations concentration. And Ryan is preparing to interview Paige. Here we go, Ryan.
Also an MSU Roadrunner student recruiter.
Awesome, awesome. Well, tell me, what do you like best about Christmas?
Definitely just spending time with my family. They're the most important thing in my life, and without them, I don't know what I'd be, but definitely just being together with my family.
All right, well, thank you for coming out this evening. Back to you guys at the Cadence Plaza.
Thank you very much, Ryan, and thank you to Miss Hospitality for participating in our parade, and to Miss MSU. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Coming up soon, we also have Starkville's Junior Miss, Miss Caroline Brandon. Caroline is being driven by her dad, Dr. Stephen Brandon, and her proud mother, Kathy Brandon, as well. She is the granddaughter of Dr. Leonard and Miss Rachel Brandon, and we are so proud of Caroline for representing Starkville in the Meridian statewide pageant of the Junior Miss. for the state of Mississippi. And I believe Ryan is going to talk with Caroline Brandon as well.
All right, yes, we're here with Caroline. Caroline, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a senior at Starkville High School, and I will be attending Millsaps College next fall. I'm really excited about it and just glad to come out and celebrate Christmas with everybody.
Awesome, awesome. So do you like the parade so far? What's it like to be in a parade?
It's kind of slow sometimes, but this year's gone by pretty fast. I'm glad I'm at the beginning.
Awesome, yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming out this evening. We'll send it back to you guys.
Great, thank you, Ryan. I had 3 of our beauties there interviewed in a row, and as Mel mentioned, there's scholarship pageants as well, as the famous movie indicated. Next, we have the Gulf States float coming up. Should be here behind us shortly.
You mentioned, I was going to just mention a couple of things about the Junior Miss pageant. Teaches them to be their best self, and a lot of self-esteem and a lot of good things from that pageant. And we appreciate everyone and the volunteer efforts for the Starkville Junior Miss pageant and
Right.
Miss Caroline Brandon.
Absolutely, thanks, Mel. And coming up now, we have the Gulf States Manufacturers Float. They would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And they say it's truly a blessing that we can all gather together on occasions such as this. And we'd like to remember the servicemen and women on duty around the world who help maintain our freedom. Following the float is Gracie Ann Williams and the Soldier Flower Girl. And again, they would express to us, God bless America.
That is so true. We talked earlier about our sponsors.
Okay.
And we'd like to take the opportunity throughout the parade broadcast just to say thank you to them. Where our first one we'll talk about is Backstage Music.
Okay.
And of course, the fine folks at Backstage have been designing and installing sound systems for churches and restaurants and schools for over 30 years. And also, they're Starkville's hometown source for guitars, PA amps, percussion, all since 1978. Jim Beatty, Alan McBroom, Earl, the whole crew over at Backstage Music, we thank you very much for sponsoring our Christmas parade.
Right, and once again, we'd love to thank Cadence Bank because they've done a lot for us already, and banking at your pace through all the steps of your life. Okay, and again, I mentioned this a moment ago, and we have following the Gulf States Manufacturing Float, this is Gracie Ann Williams, the Soldier's Flower Girl. And again, they say they encourage us to remember our servicemen and women and all that they do for us. And there's Gracie Ann in the, looks like the, not golf cart, but one of the off-road type vehicles with us.
Thanks to Gulf States for all those flags. I love to see the American flags like that.
That's right, reminds us of the things we need to be thinking about.
That is so true. The American Legion Post 240, a sponsor, not a sponsor, but a supporter of our parade for many, many years. And we appreciate, like you said earlier, our veterans and our servicemen for all they do.
Many of us throughout the country have played American Legion baseball, and they're a big supporter of baseball as well. And
I believe
maybe they'll loan us that car that we could take a little drive in later. It's a nice little ride. They're in there, the American Legion group.
Watch
Looks like
out.
Ryan has accosted him, and he's going to come interview him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here right now with the American Legion right now, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Commander Willard Thomas Sr. I'm Commander Post 240 here in Starkville. We are just delighted to be part of this parade tonight. We're just happy we got 2 units in this. We have 2 units operating tonight from our post here. We just represent our state along with the post.
All right, well, thank you very much for coming out this evening. We appreciate you having us out here, and we'll go back to Melanie and John.
Thank you, Ryan. Again, that was the American Legion Post 240. It is so neat to see the parade participants that come back year after year and enjoy being in the parade, and that the veterans always give us a lot of support in the parade.
Makes it fun to have the continuing as well as the new. We've got 2 American Legion vehicles here in the parade, so we have another group behind the Corvette. Went from, I guess, a Corvette to a truck there. So
Again, more of the folks from the American Legion Post 240. And you know, we were thanking some sponsors a minute ago, but Bill Green and Bill Green Photography, he says let's capture the day on film, but especially we want to thank him for all the volunteer work that he's done to help us with our parade. And Bill's just a great guy. He's a great member of the TV ministry, and thank you, Bill, for being a sponsor of the Starkville Christmas Parade.
hey, next up we have OCH Regional Medical Center, and we appreciate all that Mel Thurlow and Darlene Komish do in their marketing and public relations department there to help all of us. And if anyone has not been by there recently, I have a large expansion that will be serving all of us much better in just the next few months. So again, we've got a great local hospital here that takes care of many of us.
Oktibbeha County Hospital, and boy, I am excited every time I drive by out there and see the progress that's being made on the hospital.
We have great medical facilities for a town. Takes care of many of us, and we appreciate all the services they provide.
A lot of fine folks over there. A lot of fine folks at Oktibbeha County Hospital. Thank you for participating in the parade, and I think that.
Again, Oktibbeha County Hospital, one of the statements they make for us is advanced medicine and compassionate care, and we appreciate all they do. We look like some grown-up elves there on the float, trying to read the shirt there. Teamwork.
There's
That's right, teamwork for all of us.
A floating tractor there by those elves, and looks like some other toys that are hanging.
We talked about the magic of Christmas, so it's absolutely floating tractors. I guess that would fit in the magical realm.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned that. It's a magical Christmas. You know, when I heard the theme for the first time, I thought, wow, that's kind of broad. There's a lot of magic about Christmas.
You can put magic most anywhere. And we hear magical sirens behind us again as well.
Yes, we do. Coming up to the fire trucks are down the way as well. Clark Beverage Group is the next one coming up, and of course the Coca-Cola Bottling Company here in Starkville. The antique truck that you see out and about in town sometimes. Clark Beverage Group from here in Starkville.
And again, Mel, as so many of our participants, they support MSU, they support local businesses, they make donations. We appreciate so much what they do for the community, and Coke and a smile, and we remember so many of those old slogans and things that bring back great memories for us.
The Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Department, it is the mission of the Sheriff's Office to provide the citizens of Oktibbeha County with fair, honest, and progressive law enforcement by keeping the peace, protecting life and property, and safeguarding individual rights. Their goal is to provide a safe place, both at home and at work, for all citizens. By working together, all of us can make Oktibbeha County a safer place to live and to raise our children.
Hey, coming up right behind the sheriff, we have the Oktibbeha County Board of Supervisors, Carl Clardy, Orlando Trainer, Marvell Howard, Daniel Jackson, and John Young. Wave to the crowd, guys. Maybe they'll wave to us.
The Oktibbeha County Board of Supervisors, we appreciate you guys being in the parade with us. And you know, one thing that I'm noticing, the crowd on the other side of the street, folks are still continuing to gather here. The crowd is actually growing.
It's a bigger crowd, bigger and bigger as we go.
Well, I think one thing is the pleasant weather that we're having.
It's a bit cool. It's a little bit of winter in the air. Not too bad winter, but it's a little cool for us. But I guess it should be cool since it's almost Christmas time.
And the family clinic, the clinic sends congratulations to Starkville's junior miss, Caroline Brandon. And they also send season's greetings to the city of Starkville. We appreciate the sponsorship from the family clinic and Dr. Stephen Brandon, Dr. Barbara Fleetwood, and the staff there at the family clinic.
Yes, don't worry about that right now.
And we also have HydroHawk as one of our other sponsors, providing simple, affordable SCADA monitoring and control to municipalities, water systems, and wastewater treatment plants.
I can say there are a lot of nice folks over there at the HydroHawk, that's for sure.
Okay, we've got a Board of Supervisors interview coming up, so we'll cut back to Ryan for that in just a moment.
Yeah, and of course we have Marvell Howard, Daniel Jackson, John Young, Orlando Trainer, and Carl Clardy. Ryan, do you have an interview for us with our Board of Supervisors?
We do have an interview here with the Board of Supervisors. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Orlando, District 2, and I book.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming this evening. We'll see you later. Thanks.
Our Oktibbeha County Board of Supervisors, thank you for that effort, Ryan. I think we had a little technical difficulty there, but that happens sometimes in the Starkville Christmas Parade. The Oktibbeha County Justice Court judges should be following, and then, of course, like we said, the fire trucks from the Starkville Fire Department.
Yes, we have Chief Roger Mann on Ladder 1, which is a 47-foot fire truck. Riding on the truck are the Board of Aldermen. That's Sandra Sistrunk, Roy Perkins, Henry Vaughn, Ben Carver, Eric Parker, Jeremiah Dumas, and Richard Corey. Also looks like there's some other folks on there as well.
I was going to say, it looks like some future aldermen there riding on the parade as well.
Some of Santa's helpers.
The family and friends of our aldermen are on the Starkville Fire Department's Ladder 1 truck. And if I recall, that was a big investment not too many years ago. And again, you talked about our health care here in the city of Starkville, but our elected officials, our public services, the fire department, the police department, we're just very blessed to have them.
Yes, we are.
the progressive leadership that they provide for us.
Have to have
as
the
well.
great fire service as well to take care of all of us.
And I love it because it just gets louder and louder.
It does, right behind us, you can tell.
Right behind us
Feel
here
like
at
we're screaming to scream over the fire truck.
Yes, the Cadence Bank Plaza here is where we are doing our coverage of the parade this year.
Next, we have the Mayor's Youth Council. These 25 youths from the city of Starkville were selected to strive to provide youth with opportunities for personal growth and the ability to contribute to the city through community service, mentoring, and leadership development that raises issues with community leaders in the city of Starkville. It's a great group that has just begun, and again, I think Ryan has an interview.
Ryan, are you there? I see a couple of my favorite folks that are carrying that banner. It looks to me like maybe a Mickey and a Minnie Mouse, and that makes me smile because early on, Dr. Ford
Do you want me to do the interview?
did his impression of It's a Magical Christmas. Go ahead, Dr. Ford.
Well,
The interview.
I think Ryan's ready for the interview.
Oh,
we'll
you
come
got
back
out
to
of that
a
one.
magical Christmas
Yeah,
later.
you got out of that
I
one.
think
We'll
we're
do that
cutting to
later.
Ryan for the interview. There he goes. Catching up with some very familiar characters there.
It's a Magical Christmas.
He's asking, hopefully, I can't believe Mickey or Minnie wouldn't talk to a reporter. So there we go. I think Ryan's with us now.
There you go.
We're here with the Starkville Mayor's Youth Council. Tell me a little bit about what you guys do.
Well, we're a new organization here in Starkville, and we bring the youth voice to Starkville.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming out this evening. Tell me, what's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Being with family and friends.
Being with family and friends. That's always a good one. Thank you very much for coming out this evening. We'll send it back to you guys at Cadence Plaza.
Wow, those were great costumes, John. Did you see all,
absolutely.
not just Mickey and Minnie, but that whole group of
Wide variety.
wide variety. We also have coming up after the Mayor's Youth Council Designed with Love Child Haven. And lots of little children on that float. I see they've got their caps on, and actually it is a little bit windy out here. I'm glad their moms dressed them warmly.
I'm glad they are. I wish they'd bring a little big heater there and heat up behind us a huge fireplace, maybe a bonfire or something.
And I love it. They are blowing the bubbles for It's a Magical Christmas. Now I've got to back up just a little bit. It's a Magical Christmas. Of course, when I heard the theme, I thought of Disney.
Absolutely.
And I thought of Mickey and Minnie. And I'm not going to let you finish this broadcast, John, without doing your Mickey Mouse impression.
Well, one time in a semi-joke, I said, "It's a magical Christmas, boys and girls."
He's good. He's good. You can hire him too.
Yeah, I'll be ready to retire and head to Disney.
It's a Magical Christmas. And that, again, that we just saw with the children from Designed with Love Child Haven.
That's right.
And that's what the parade is all about. It's about these children, John.
It is, and Christmas parades, we all have so many memories of parades and years back and from when we were children and when we went to parades with our children. So again, it's a good place to build memories.
I believe this entry is the Starkville Dispatch. And we know that they are associated with the Columbus Dispatch, and we appreciate their participation in the parade this year.
I have a lot of Santa's helpers there, all wearing their Santa hats.
I love their float. I'm not for sure, but I'm thinking that's a pontoon boat. What do you think?
It looks like a pontoon boat that is grounded but has a great little motor there with a big pickup in front.
How creative. That is a great entry.
And the earmuffs are a welcome sight, especially as it gets colder.
And the hot chocolate, don't you assume that's hot chocolate?
I would think so.
The Starkville Dispatch. Oh, that one is, they've got her all bundled up.
And some more little helpers there with the dispatch.
It's a Magical Christmas. It says the Starkville Dispatch welcomes you, wishes you a Merry Christmas.
Absolutely, and we all do as well.
And I think that Ryan is working on another another interview on the street.
It'd be very appropriate for him to interview someone with a newspaper. So I think Ryan's working on an interview there. Ryan, are you with us?
Well, I think, first of all, John, we have the Starkville High School 2010 Homecoming Queen, Chastity.
Chastity Swopes, and she's a member of the following clubs, very involved. She's an honor roll student, Starkville High's student body vice president, a junior historical club member, the vice president of that, student government Leo Club, Operation Smile. Looks like we're about to interview her, so we'll cut to Ryan for an interview with Chastity.
We're going to have a great time here this evening, but Chastity, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a senior at Starkville High School. I'm in the Starkville High School Marching Band, the Mayor's Youth Council, Junior Historical, and I'm the student body vice president.
Excellent, excellent. Now tell us what it's like to be in a parade, because a lot of us don't know what that's like.
it's such an excitement. I'm just honored to be in the parade of Starkville.
Excellent. Well, thank you for coming out this evening. Congratulations. We'll send it back to you, Melanie and John, back at the Cadence Plaza.
Thanks, Ryan. And as so many of our students, she's involved with the Starkville Youth Council that we just saw a few moments ago. She's also a member of the Starkville High Band. So a lot of activities there. Second Baptist Missionary Church, president of the youth department. She plans to attend Mississippi State, major in biological sciences. She's the daughter of proud parents Patrick and Cheryl Swopes.
And of course, we're still thanking our sponsors for the coverage of the Starkville Christmas Parade by Starkville Channel 5 on the MetroCast cable system. And it's appropriate that MetroCast is one of our sponsors, your local cable, internet, and phone provider supporting your community. Thank you to MetroCast and to their sponsorship of the Starkville Christmas Parade.
Next, we have the SHS Key Club, and we've gone from fire trucks to tractors. You can probably hear the tractor there. And again, waving to the crowd. We've got a variety of caps there, gone from the red and green to some blue and multicolors. So again, good service to the community. We appreciate all they do.
Well, I have to say this, and we haven't talked about our Bulldogs at all, who, of course, we're very proud of. We love our Mississippi State participants in the parade, but I'm glad that we don't have any Ole Miss folks on the set because they might say something about that tractor driving down Main Street in Starkville. Do you think?
The nice thing about it is most of the people controlling the audio, I'm sure, have Mississippi State ties, and so it would go away quickly.
There you go, there you go. A tractor on Main Street. You know, when I was in school, we got a lot of jokes about the tractors in Starkville, and but I'm not sure how much joking is going on about the Bulldogs, you know, currently after that little Egg Bowl victory
hopefully
the other day.
not from the school up north anyway. And it's great we can have cowbells on our set. So.
That's exactly right. And there's some Mississippi State decorations here on the set with us. And again, congratulations to our football team, to Coach Dan Mullen, and to our Egg Bowl victory and our upcoming bowl bid. I've got my fingers crossed, and I personally hope we go to Atlanta.
Absolutely. Ready to go somewhere big for sure. Next, we have the AMS cheerleaders. That's Armstrong Middle School. 7th graders, we have Haley Lindsay and Kinley Hayes, Aubriana Mitchell and Rashila Gee. 8th grade, we have Dejay Ashford, Brianna Yateman, Madison Langford, Delta Tate, Allie Grace Story, Kia Edwards, Catherine Stringer, Hannah Laird, Lindsay Gillespie, and Keandra McNeil. And AMS Buzz, the mascot. Real quickly, the Mallory Carlisle is the coach and Brittany Gasway is the assistant coach.
And we have the physical education from Armstrong Magical Dancers. They are dancing for us right there. The group is made up of 50 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and they're dancing to the Chipmunk song Right Round. Dressed in blue jeans and white sweatshirts and black snow boots with the garland on their hands, adding a taste of magic. The students described the dance as being exciting, fun, and energetic. And the students learned the dance and added their own style to make it unique and fun.
And coming up right behind them, we have the AMS band consisting of over 120 7th and 8th grade students at Armstrong Middle School. They're team taught by Kathy Baker, Karen Diekman, Demario Jefferson, and Doug Thomas. Let's listen to the band for a moment.
What is your favorite part about being a Cub Scout? Having fun. You're having fun back there, yeah. So what's your favorite part of the Christmas parade so far?
Being able to be in it.
Oh, you like to be in it, all right. Well, we'll send it back to you, Melanie and John at the Cadence Plaza.
Thank you very much, Ryan. That was the Cub Scout Pack 14, sponsored by the First Baptist Church and the Starkville Rotary Club. 70 active Scout and adult members of Pack 14, headed by Don Grebner, the committee chairman, and Cub Masters David Franz and Rick Myers. They are active in the youth development and community service within the Starkville area.
And coming up next, we have Cub Scout Pack 27 right behind them, a Cub Scout Express. What's more magical than the spirit of Christmas? They're here to remind us of that seeing is believing.
And of course, the Cub Scout Pack 27 is sponsored by the First United Methodist Church. A lot of great Cub Scouts coming through that program.
Absolutely.
And Boy Scouts as well with their Troop 45. I believe we're still looking at Cub Scout Pack 27 that we were talking about, having their meetings there at the First Methodist Church and sometimes over at the Scout Hut there at the First Methodist Church. A lot of volunteers go into the scouting program, and the Scouts always support our Christmas parade, John. Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. It's a great program. Our Boy Scouts are helping us tonight with our what we call traffic control, and that's just to keep people where they're supposed to be and where they're supposed to be going on the parade route.
And that's just one of the missions of our church, as well as many other churches, to support the Scouts.
Cub Scout Pack 11 is also in the route. We had several Cub Scout packs right there together. Cub Scout Pack 11 is sponsored by the Kiwanis Club of Starkville, and the pack has enjoyed over 66 years of continuous operation. That's Cub Scout Pack 11.
Yes, most of us growing up have been members of Cub Scouts and know the impact it has, and very important group, and appreciate all they do.
And we can't talk about the Cub Scouts unless we talk a little bit about Cub Scout popcorn.
Oh yeah,
I love it. Also, in thanking our sponsors, we saw the parade float by Oktibbeha County Hospital, Advanced Medicine and Compassionate Care. We thank them. And were you here earlier when you saw Rick Sherman and his son Heath setting our scaffolding up?
I missed Rick, but Rick's another one of our great sponsors. Rick does great exterior and interior work.
Many thanks to Rick Sherman Exteriors, the East Oktibbeha County High School, and their participants in the parade are coming up behind us.
Looks like we have the elementary school and the band and others behind them coming up shortly.
Yeah, it seems like maybe the drum line from the East Oktibbeha County High School. Providing a cadence for us here. And that's appropriate here in front of Cadence Bank.
That's
Plaza.
good, Mel.
That's
I like
right.
that.
Yeah. That drum line works hard. I know that for sure.
They do.
And I believe Ryan has an interview for us. Ryan?
Yes, that's right. We have an interview here with the East Oktibbeha Elementary School. Tell us what it's like to be in a parade.
Great.
It's great to be in a parade. Now, what's some of your favorite things to do on Christmas? You like to open presents? You like to give presents? You like Santa Claus?
Give presents.
You like to give presents? All right, well, thank you for coming out this evening. It looks like we got a great group out here this morning. Why don't you all give us a cheer here for the camera? It looks like a pretty nice night on tap here, and we'll send it back to you, Melanie and John.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. And next we should have Mr. and Miss East Oktibbeha County Elementary School, and should be riding in an eco-friendly convertible. Should be coming up shortly right behind our group that we just interviewed there. They're working with Principal McGee, there they are, and sharing the Christmas spirit. And dazzling dancers will be following behind Mr. and Miss. Wow, look at that crown. Look at those crowns.
Last year, the dazzling dancers, the last part of East Oktibbeha County Elementary School is the Dazzling Dancers, a group of kindergarten through 6th grade students who have worked very hard to prepare for the parade. How exciting. I'm not sure, I don't think I've ever seen the Dazzling Dancers in the Starkville Christmas Parade. Thank y'all very much. We appreciate your being part of the
It's always
parade.
nice to have some new faces, new groups in the parade, as well as the ones that are in there all the time.
And we talked earlier about Cadence Bank. We had to plug them when the cadence was being performed there by the drum line. But thank you again to Mr. Tommy Tomlinson and all the fine folks here. They so graciously opened the bank for us today, not for business, but to host us as we prepared for the Christmas parade. And we thank you guys at Cadence. Fine folks. Mr. John Boydston in the marketing department, the whole crew, Dan Craig, we appreciate them.
Looks like coming up we have Ability Works of Starkville, which is a division of the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services. Again, it's a magical Shrek Christmas. This should look See if we can find Shrek in the crowd there. Shrek tries to tell his own version of a visit from St. Nicholas. And Genji, Donkey, and Puss in Boots interrupt each other telling their own version of a Christmas story. So we have a wide variety of characters there on that float. Ability Works does some pretty magical things too. Training Mississippians with disabilities and businesses to use their skills.
The West Oktibbeha County Elementary School, their cheerleaders there. One of the things that is so fun, I heard the float members a minute ago yelling out, "Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas," and the cheerleaders, I saw one of them doing the beauty queen wave.
That's right, get the parade float wave going.
Yes, wishing us all a Merry Christmas as well.
Many of the parade attendees are not shy, and that makes it fun when they wave to the crowd, talk to folks, have a good time with it.
Girl Scout Troop 320, the theme of their float this year is Magic in the Manger. Above the skyline of Bethlehem, the shepherds sit in the stable around Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. Girl Scout Troop 320 is sponsored by the First United Methodist Church with 80 registered Girl Scouts ranging in age from 5 in kindergarten to 18 as their senior in high school. And all the girls had a hand in creating this float called Magic in the Manger.
Very elaborate float there.
Girl Scouts, we talked about Cub Scout popcorn, but we need to talk about Girl Scout cookies.
All right, yeah, we're talking about food a lot. Ryan, we have Ryan now for another interview.
Yeah,
I
think he's going to talk to one of the Girl Scouts, but I have to ask you the traditional question, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
I used to like the Thin Mints.
And peppermint patties. There you go, Ryan.
Yeah, we got some of the Girl Scouts here, and we want to ask you, what makes Christmas so magical for you? Our theme this year, of course, is a magical Christmas. So what makes Christmas magical?
Well, because it's just Jesus died for our sins, and we want to worship Him and rejoice and just make it happy for.
Absolutely, absolutely. We thank you for coming out this evening. And what's your favorite part about being a Girl Scout?
Well, I like how you can help others and do a part in the earth and the environment and the world.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you all for coming out this evening. We got a ton of Girl Scouts back here. We'll send it back to you, Melanie and John.
Thank you so much to that young lady who reminded us that Jesus is the reason for the season, and it sounds like that she had a pretty good handle on the concept of why we're here celebrating this holiday.
Because without Christmas, the other holidays don't matter.
That is so true. Another Girl Scout group we've got coming up, the Heart of the South Oktibbeha County Service Unit. They'll be coming up as well.
Okay.
I believe that was the group that we're talking about now. They have sparkling fairy wings so that they can take flight and visit all the boys and girls in Oktibbeha County. And you know, they're talking about the ones who've been naughty, and they're talking about the ones who have been nice, and maybe they need to come put that magic wand on you to convert you from naughty to nice.
I've been good most of the year. I'm talking to Santa soon. Next we have the Starkville Tea Party. In keeping with the parade again, it's a magical Christmas. Starkville Tea Party float directs everyone's attention again to the higher message, more than magical, He is majestic. We the people honor Him. And again, the reason for the season. Starkville Tea Party float features a living manger scene symbolic of the birth of Jesus. The real reason for the season, along with Mary, his mother, and Joseph, the husband of Mary. Feature also on the float as observers are children, youth, and adults representing people of all ages and cultures who recognize the importance of this special event, the birth of Jesus, the Son of God. Starkville Tea Party invites everyone to celebrate God's gifts to all humanity, His Son, the Savior, for all of us who believe in Him.
Thank you very much. Another theme there, as you said, the reason for the season.
Absolutely.
And let us thank our sponsor, Savage Company, quality work at low prices. Our friends Christy and John Savage, as sponsors of our parade, the Savage Company. Thank you very much, Christy and John.
Mel, coming up next, we have the Christmas Carol Singing Float. The Hayride Float carries members of the MSU Women's Chorale, Delta Delta Delta, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. 1/2 hour before the parade starts, you will see them riding the parade route in reverse, singing carols with the spectators. Many of you may recognize John Robert Arnold, longtime great citizen of Starkville, leading the group.
And that is one of the traditions of the Starkville Christmas Parade. And as we've talked about, it's our 39th annual Starkville Christmas Parade. And maybe even there were some in the past before that we talked about earlier this week. But John Robert Arnold riding this parade route backwards, actually just cheering the crowd.
Well, John Robert does a lot for our community. We appreciate all he does. Many civic groups, churches, various other groups that John Robert really makes an impact for. He's a great citizen for our town.
And a tradition in the Starkville Christmas Parade. We thank John Robert Arnold and the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority and Delta 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 sorority.
And how can you not get in the Christmas spirit after hearing those carols from John and the girls?
And another tractor, John.
I love tractors.
Down Main Street in Starkville.
And this one is represented for the Gibson Body Shop. And they're moving very slowly, but they're coming about there. And that's a different tractor. That's not one that I've driven or seen much. Maybe an antique tractor there. I don't know my tractor years, but he's moving along. Has a nice group there behind him with some hay in the trailer, looks like.
I think that the Gibson Body Shop is a new entry in the parade. And those children are actually bundled up probably better than any we've seen.
Yeah, they are. And we've talked earlier about it's nice to have a variety of folks in the parade. So.
The Main Street Starkville Main Street Association of the Greater Starkville Development Partnership is a sponsor of our parade, and of course we can't say we could say a lot of thank yous to Tasha Hill, John Maynard, Shelby Stevenson, and the rest of the crew at the partnership for helping us with the parade.
Looks like we've got another interview. We have the Tri-City Roller Dolls, another one of our new entries we talked about before, and let's go to that interview.
That's right, we got the Tri-City Roller Dolls here. Now tell us a little bit about this team. This is a very intriguing sport.
Well, we just got started this past April. We've just been steadily practicing. We've been doing a lot of community service. And it's not exactly what everyone remembers from the 80s. Nothing is staged. It's a real sport, and we put a lot of work into it.
Well, that's great. Thank you guys for coming out this evening. Very interesting sport here. We'll send it back to you, Melanie and John.
Thanks, Ryan. And the information they provided to us, it says their ages range from 18 to 37, and I wouldn't dare ask which ones are which ages. Absolutely not. It says they're in school, stay-at-home moms, a variety of backgrounds, and they love the sisterhood. New entry, love the sisterhood, the sharing, and they're really trying to do a lot of community support. So it's nice to have them rolling along in our parade.
The Golden Triangle Celts and Miss Irish Rose. The Celts is an organization established in 2003 for the love and promotion of all things Scottish, Irish, and Welsh. The Celts' history in Mississippi is long and colorful. Celts, and with that in mind, they sponsor fun events throughout the year, including gatherings for St. Patrick's Day and Robbie Burns Day and the Celtic dance classes.
Rose, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Sarah Morris, and the Irish Rose is pretty much anyone who has Irish ancestry. And I'm related to King McDermott from a long time ago, who pretty much actually was a traitor to Ireland, but he was Irish, so I'm the Irish Rose.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much for coming out this evening. I got to ask you, what's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Well, my family, we like to do the whole pickle in the Christmas tree thing. That's the best, I can't even tell you. And Christmas food, that's just a tradition in itself.
You can't beat that holiday food there. Well, thank you for coming out this evening. We'll send it back to you, Melanie and John, at the Cadence Plaza.
Thanks again. That was Sarah Morse, 2010 Irish Rose. And again, many of us have the Irish ancestry, so an interesting entry here in this year's parade.
I loved the outfit that she had, that beautiful green.
Yeah, absolutely, gotta love the green. She's the daughter of David and Linda Morse and currently a sophomore at MSU.
The Golden Triangle Celts. Another new group, the Onan Project for Change, is sponsoring a unit of skateboarders and bikers to create awareness about the current skateboard project that's taking place in Starkville. The Onan Project for Change's mission is to bring resources, life skills, and hope to students to enhance and empower our future leaders to make decisions based on their dreams while attaining a foundational mindset that anything is possible. And the Onan Project's program at Armstrong Middle School, a 14-year-old Kawan outlaw had a dream of helping to create a Starkville skate park because there is nowhere for skaters to go in Starkville. Interesting point. Then through a partnership with Parks and Rec, the dream is coming true.
And tonight? Okay, coming up next we have Ryan doing an interview with the World Neighbors Association. This will be our next group. It's a volunteer organization which provides opportunities for cross-cultural programs and social interaction. So we'll cut to Ryan for his interview.
Yes, that's right. We're here with the World Neighbors Association. Please tell us a little bit about the association.
Hi. The World Neighbors Association represents a lot of the different nationalities that go to Mississippi State University. With us now, we've got some, we have our Chinese students, we've got our Filipinos, we have one from Palestine. I'm from Germany, but I'm also representing Palestine.
All right, we got people from all over the world here at Mississippi State University and in Starkville. That's great that you guys are out here celebrating in the holiday spirit. We thank you for coming out this evening, and we'll send it back to you guys at the front.
Thanks again, Ryan. This group was formalized in 1987 under the sponsorship of the MSU Office of International Programs, and the World Neighbors Association sponsors the International Fiesta every spring, which provides great food and fun for everyone. Look at those costumes, Mel. Look at the variety again of costumes and children having fun in the parade.
We appreciate the World Neighbors Association, their participation in the Starkville Christmas Parade, but they also do an international fair out at Mississippi State. They're all over the community. Armando and Ruth Delacruz are very instrumental in that group. Next, we have Starkville Academy's Miss Volition, Miss Neely Cook, and Ryan Hoke is there with Neely. Ryan?
That's right, we're here with Miss Volition. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a senior at Starkville Academy and I'm 18 years old. I plan on attending nursing school, and after this year I'll recrown the 2011 Miss Volition.
Awesome. Okay, now our theme this year is a magical Christmas, and tell us what makes Christmas magical for you.
Just being with my family and getting to spend time with them and see my grandparents, and just my family doesn't live around here, so it's good getting to see them and spend time with them.
You can't beat being with the family during the holidays. Thank you very much for coming out, and we'll send it back to you guys at the front at the Cadence Plaza.
And that was SA's Miss Volition, Neely Cook, daughter of Bill and Marguerite Cook. Neely's the head cheerleader and a very good student. The pageant is held each year for students in the 9th through 12th grade. Ladies for Starkville Academy Miss Volition. Congratulations, Neely. Thanks for being in our parade.
Coming up next, we have the Starkville Academy Homecoming Queen, and we'll have an interview with her in just a moment. This is Kaylee Burney. She's a senior cheerleader, straight A student, member of the National Honor Society, and works with the 7th to 12th grade students on a variety of projects.
And there, Ryan Hoke has an interview with Kaylee Burney.
That's right. We're here with her right now. Now tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a cheerleader at Starkville Academy, and I play tennis and run track.
Okay, now what's your favorite Christmas tradition here?
I don't know. I like the parades a lot and the floats.
Yeah, you can't beat being in a parade. What's that like?
I love it. It's fun.
All right, well, thank you for coming out this evening. Congratulations. We'll send it back to you guys at the front.
Thank you, Ryan. That was Starkville Academy's Homecoming Queen, but I noticed the driver of that car was Miss Anna Marie Foster.
Gotta have a driver.
That was her grandfather's red car there. Good job, Kaylee, and good job, Anna Marie.
Next up, we have the Starkville Academy Varsity Cheerleaders. This group of ladies, you can hear them cheering behind us in a pickup. Members of this group are Neely Cook, Lauren Morgan, Shelby Carpenter, Kaylee Burney, Kat Gerard, Lauren Atwell, Taylor Tennyson, Anna Prestige, Caitlin Russell, Elizabeth Chrissy, Peyton Allen, Sarah Beth Jones, Laura Austin Crane, Michaela Bricka, Emily Hughes, Jordan Blowman, Katie McLemore. Girls attended the UCA camp at the Beach Club in Gulf Shores, Alabama this past summer, placed first place in the home pom routine, extreme routine, and the camp cheer, making them all around camp champs.
The Starkville Academy Varsity Cheerleaders. We also, I know coming up behind them will be the Starkville Academy Junior Varsity Cheerleaders. But before they get here, let's thank another of our sponsors.
We have the Savage Company. We appreciate their sponsorship this year at quality work at low prices. Again, that's the Savage Company.
The Starkville Academy Junior Varsity Cheerleaders, Peyton Scrivener is the captain, Merrill Jackson is a captain, Shelby Pelham captain, Brooke Pogue, Mary D. Higginbotham, Allison Crow, Shelby Marsh, Belle Hester, Coleman Rybolt, Hannah Huddleston, Anna McKell, Alex McCafferty, Jordan Jackson, Jessica Trainham, Amber Chambly, Susanna Cox, Tanner Fant, and their cheer coach is Amy Helms. Again, that's the SA Junior Varsity Cheerleaders.
Very enthusiastic with their Santa Claus hats there, Mel.
It's a magical Christmas
It is magical indeed.
for cheerleaders as well as the rest of us.
In keeping with the Starkville Academy theme, next we have the varsity dance team. 10 members in the Lady Blues dance team, which has been going on for the past 6 years. They're under the leadership of Coach Katie Anthony, and the Lady Blues are going to the Sugar Bowl to perform at halftime, so we'll have to watch for them on
Wow.
TV.
What a great honor to perform at the Sugar Bowl. How exciting. And you know,
bowl season coming up. I'm sure many of us will be glued to the TV watching the games as well as the halftime shows.
absolutely. I think there are a few ball games that have been going on today that were very important while we've been preparing for the Starkville Christmas Parade
some
here at
people-
Cadence Bank.
Had some folks sneaking away trying to catch certain SEC games that were on.
Thank goodness for TiVo and DVRs.
That's
and,
right.
And
Sports Center.
And Sports Center and the ESPN coverage and all of our sportscasters to keep us up to date even though we missed it.
Next, we've got the Starkville Academy 7th grade cheerleaders. They're
Annabeth Robertson, Marley Maples, Holly Maynard, Abby Orick, Maris Moorhead, Madison Wilson, Casey Johns, Morgan Lohman, Casey Favor, Kaylee Hunt, Carly Lockhart. This group of girls, who I know personally and love, attended the UCA cheerleader camp at MSU and received the following awards: 3rd place in the home pom routine, all superior ribbons, and the spirit stick. Annabeth and Maris were selected UCA 7th grade All-American cheerleaders, and a shout out to their sponsor, Miss Lynn Moorhead.
Next up is the Starkville Academy Band led by Drum Major Thomas McBroom. Let's listen to the Jingle Bell Jam.
As they are approaching, a shout out to some of our television committee volunteers that are in this band other than Thomas, Evan McBroom, Preston Booth. Congrats to them for being in the band. Let's listen to their performance.
Another
That's
point,
Thomas
Mel, too.
McBroom right there leading them off.
Another point, Mel, they'll have a Christmas concert at First Baptist Church in Starkville, and they've also participated in the Hoover Marching Invitational Championships that were held in Hoover, Alabama.
Let's listen to them as they go by. I recognize that bass drummer there pulling up the rear.
Oh, somebody you might know, huh?
Somebody I might know.
Somebody who's been good all year, I'm sure, right?
Oh, go Preston. He has been good all year, of course.
All right, we're going from bands and dancing girls and cheerleaders to the Starkville Martial Arts Academy. They've been teaching martial arts to students of all ages and skill levels for the last 15 years. Lead instructor, Dr. Dewey, has over 40 years of martial arts experience and holds black belts, jiu-jitsu, judo, hapkido, and taekwondo. The float portrays with a martial arts twist the magical battle between the Nutcracker, toy soldiers, Mouse King, and mice in the classic Christmas story, The Nutcracker. We'll have a Christmas tree soldier here, or Christmas tree rather, toy soldiers and mice, and the Nutcracker. Looks like we're having a battle here behind us, Mel. This is scary. We've got a mouse battling a Nutcracker and doing some major moves here.
Wow. Now the little fellas in the truck, I could handle that sword fighting, but now this stuff looks for real.
Well, it looks like they're not making contact at this point, but I know it is real. Okay.
I think that we've got a 4-H interview coming up, but let's thank Starkville Martial Arts Academy because they are always in the Starkville Christmas Parade.
Okay, coming up.
The Oktibbeha County 4-H is an organization for youth aged 5 to 18, teaching leadership, citizenship, and life skills. Ryan is with the Oktibbeha County 4-H. Ryan?
Yeah, we're here with the Oktibbeha County 4-H. Please tell us what some of the things you guys do in 4-H.
We go to Jackson and like help out with stuff and the state fair and stuff, and we just help out. We like do things for urban and stuff like that. Yeah.
Community service, that's very good. And tell us, what is your favorite Christmas tradition?
To decorate the tree.
Decorating the tree, always a winner there. We'll send it back to the Cadence Plaza here. Thanks.
Thanks, Ryan. Again, a 4-H is for youth aged 5 to 18, and they teach leadership, citizenship, and other life skills. We appreciate all that they do for our community and building citizens. Love to have adults and college students volunteer, and they would love to have folks to contact them, volunteer with many of their projects. They have a scary critter there coming up behind them, too.
How cute! I said we had animals in the parade. The Santa Paws coming up, and that little fella. As part of the Oktibbeha County 4-H.
Next we have our friends from WCBI, and offering more news than any other station in North Mississippi and West Alabama. No other station provides you with more local news, weather, and sports, and WCBI keeps us informed. And we'll have an interview with them shortly. Again, another one of those nice convertibles. Kind of cool here on a chilly night. Looks like Ryan's going to be interviewing them coming up. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right. We're here with WCBI TV, and we really wanted to thank you guys for coming out this evening. And we also want to ask you, what's it like being out in the community during Christmas?
Well, the community's really great. Everybody comes together. They show us a lot of support. Everybody's they treat us pretty good. What do you think, Jason?
I would say so. I think they might be a little upset with me. It's this cold though. I'm not sure.
Yeah, meteorologist Jason Dunning over here. Yeah, there's all this cold weather, but it's not too bad. You know, in the 50s. Yeah.
The crowds came out and really supported this festival, the parade. So it's we're really enjoying it.
Well, great. I am so happy you guys are out here and enjoying this. We're going to send it back to you at the Cadence Plaza. Thank you very much for coming out.
And that was Paul Salazar, and Paul was also a member of this crew one year as a man on the street, and so we are proud of him at WCBI.
We also had Jason Dunning, our weatherman. Again, we appreciate the cool weather and dry weather. We can handle cool as long as it's not raining.
The Starkville Raiders football team is coming up next. They head coach for the 7- and 8-year-old team, Ken Fair. For the 9- and 10-year-old team, that was Lateef Travis and Bobby Morris. This group has had a successful season. They're proud of all three teams and their accomplishments. The league has produced many young men who have gone on to excel in sports and academic endeavors. And the principles of dedication, sportsmanship, ethics, and teamwork are taught to them during the year, and you can get further information by contacting the Starkville Raiders football team. One little Dawson and Ben Burrell in there. Very proud of our little Raiders football team.
They are very excited about their accomplishments, enjoyed the chant. I was the one to dance around there with them a little bit as well, hearing their celebration as they go.
The Young Champions of America All-Stars, the energetic group of young ladies that are a competitive cheer squad. The girls aged in range from 4 to 14 and will be representing Starkville at a regional competition in Jackson, Tennessee on December 18th. Go All-Stars and Merry Christmas. That's the Young Champions of America All-Stars.
And they're showing their energy there by cheering in the back of the truck as they pass right behind us. Mm-hmm. And we appreciate all of our adult folks who help out with cheerleading and coaching youth teams and others as well. And next we have another football team coming up. We have the
Starkville Saints, a new tackle team in the area. It says Fred Tate sponsoring the new tackle team in the area, the Starkville Saints. And they have 3 age groups, the 7th and 8th, 9th and 10, and 7 and 8, 9, 10, and the 11 and 12-year-old groups. If your child wants to play with the Saints, please contact Fred Tate, and they'll have a 21-man roster of all age groups. Ryan Hoke is with the Starkville Saints. Ryan.
All right, I'm here with the Starkville Saints, a rowdy bunch of kids here. Now tell me, guys, do you like playing football?
Yeah!
All right, well, we'll send it back to you guys on the Cadence Plaza.
Whoa!
Wow,
if Spirit wins football games, you know, if those loud cheers win, then they should be winners hands down.
I think the Saints are absolutely enthusiastic. Got a little hoodak going on behind us too.
That's right,
the
headed
Saints
to the Super Bowl, I think, like the big team.
Sprinting down the street.
Absolutely, and then coming up next, Urban Radio Broadcasting, WACR Radio. They've got their request line there on the side of their van, and Urban's been a participant in the Starkville the Starkville Christmas Parade for many years. Thank you very much to Urban Radio Broadcasting, WACR.
Yeah, it looks like Santa's driving a van as well as driving other vehicles throughout the parade today, so we appreciate WACR.
Zach Ray driving a 1973 Cadillac Calais that has airbag suspension in the parade. The car is a unique vehicle that seems to make everyone smile. And it is truly great to be 21 years old and own 2 Cadillacs, says Zach Ray. And he's glad to be a part of the parade. I apologize if I mispronounced the name of the Cadillac there. That was a 1973 model, and behind it.
I don't even run one Cadillac. Now we have Zach Ray 2. Marty McDaniel is driving this Cadillac, a 1960 Cadillac Series G2, 52,000 miles, all original car. It's also for sale, by the way. I feel like we're doing an infomercial here. Also for sale. Contact Custom Auto in Clayton Village, 323-0422.
The Longview United Methodist Church is coming up with an awesome float with a lot of music we're hearing. Longview United Methodist Church is a longtime supporter of the Starkville Christmas Parade, and looks like we've got shepherds and wise men and the magic in the manger. And there are 3 wise men.
Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I bet that's what they have.
Longview United Methodist Church, a lot of pageantry involved and a lot of lights in the use.
We got shepherds in the middle. Have to have the shepherds for any kind of manger scene.
Absolutely. And again, we talked earlier how important our local churches. Not only are they important to our community, but every year in the Starkville Christmas Parade, it helps us to stay centered on the reason for the season, our Savior.
It's great to have a number of churches and all have their different manger scenes and other expressions of the reason for the season.
We have one coming up. That's Adeton United Methodist Church, and they have had a float in the Christmas Parade many years. They're very excited. The theme is God's love is spellbinding, and on the float is a nativity scene surrounded by angels and stars. That's the children of the United Methodist Church in Adeton, and they see you'll see a wizard who will wave her magic wand and light up the nativity, indicating that our Savior is the light of the world. Christmas music is playing, and the Adeton United Methodist Church is located on Reed Road in West Starkville. Services are 11 a.m. and Sunday school at 9:45, and they invite everyone to attend the Adeton United Methodist Church. Thank you for being in our parade.
It's great to have Adeton, and we've got some nice angels there who are on the float as well. Next we have Pine Grove Missionary Baptist Church. Reverend Charles Brown invites anyone to join them. Sunday school, 9 a.m. Sundays, worship at 10:30. Prayer meeting every Wednesday, 6:30. Bible study every Wednesday at 7. Again, their mission, and very important again, bringing and winning souls to Christ, the theme of our parade.
Coming up behind them, the Little Angels Child Care. It is a caring, courteous, clean, Christian environment. The Little Angels Child Care is on Stark Road, and the ages range from 6 weeks, and they also provide after-school child care, the Little Angels Child Care Daycare. And there are a lot of children in that truck.
There are a lot of children in that truck, and we appreciate what our child care folks do. We have so many throughout the community. What's more important than taking care of our children when we're not there to take care of our children? So again, very important what they do for all of us. Has some cute children there waving to the crowd, leaning out and doing the parade float waves again.
And we saw also in that in the shot on the television now, our cameraman Stephen Lehman and his grip. But this is a good time to say thank you to the crew members that have been working so hard. We'll actually list them out at the end with the credits, but many thanks to the folks who worked to make this broadcast possible.
That's right. We appreciate all the great help here. And also wanted to mention one of our sponsors, Starkville Main Street Association at the Greater Starkville Development Partnership. They're at the center of everything, literally and figuratively. They're right back to our corner here behind us.
The First Baptist Church of Longview Youth Department has a float here. It's their light ministry, Living in God's Holy Truth. The pastor, Lawrence E. Carpenter Jr., and they quote, "But if we walk in the light, and he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his son, purifies us from all sin." That's 1 John 7. On that float, there was a snow globe and the baby Jesus and Mary inside the snow globe. It's a magical Christmas. Again, another creative use of the theme.
And many know Pastor Carpenter. Lawrence has been in the community for many years, great person. Former police officer, and again, we appreciate what Lawrence does as a pastor and what he's done for us in the community.
The Happy Start Learning Center presenting their homecoming queen and king and prince and princess in the 2010 Starkville Christmas Parade. Actually, I bet that is still part of the church, don't you think? I love those banners, what beautiful banners. I think that's still part of the First Baptist Church of Longview Youth Department.
Yeah, they're selling us all Merry Christmas, taking their time walking through and being sure everyone has a good chance to see those beautiful banners. Those banners must have taken a lot of work. Those are gorgeous banners.
Representing Jehovah, the First Baptist Church of Longview Youth Department. Their ministry is called LIGHT, Living in God's Holy Truth.
And again, we have many churches in the parade tonight. We have businesses. We have another Head Start Center here, the Happy Start Learning Center coming up next. Happy Start Learning Center is presenting the homecoming king, queen, prince, and princess.
And that four-door truck, I believe this is the one that I was talking about earlier. The queen is Malaya Kelly, the king is Braden Hardman, and the prince is Ivan Foote. Princess is Reagan Snell, and that's the Happy Start Learning Center.
And there's a good shot of them against some angels, the manger scene, the star, all important elements of the Christmas story.
And that's the First Baptist Church Light Ministry that we were talking about earlier, the Living in His Truth ministry of the First Baptist Church. Coming up is probably the KMG Creations Children. That shiny red truck leading the way there. So many new entries in the parade this year. Happy Start number 2. I believe that's who we were just talking about.
That was the Happy Start.
Yeah, we always apologize. If we get things out of order, we apologize to you folks in advance if I get car names wrong and that sort of thing. Starkville Christmas Parade is a lot of fun, and we want to make sure everybody is recognized, that if we miss somebody, our sincerest apologies. We do our best and enjoy recognizing as many folks as we can, but sometimes we miss a few.
Well, and the parade takes a little different pace at times too, so we get a little ahead of ourselves.
71 entries this year, John.
Yeah.
And that's a good participation in the parade. A joint effort between the community of Starkville and the First Methodist Church and some of the Mississippi State groups in the past. But we have another group, the KMG Creations Children Dance Company.
The Dance and Fitness, it's owned and operated by dance instructor and choreographer Kayla Gilmore. KMG Creations offers dance classes to children ages 4 through 18 at Starkville Parks and Recreation. This includes jazz, ballet, African dance, hip hop, other cultural dances. Kayla Gilmore is a certified fitness trainer for adults and holds a 5 a.m. early bird fitness class at Starkville Parks and Recreation. That was 5 a.m. KMG Creations Dance and Fitness strongly promotes health awareness, self-esteem, and reaching youth in the community to be exposed to the arts. KMG Creations recently held dance appreciation recitals for veterans and Starkville Dancing in the Park. Tonight they're performing an original routine choreographed by Miss Gilmore to the song Do You Believe in Magic? Let's watch the dancers here for a moment. Oh, we're on TV, look.
Uh-oh, I got us
they
dancing
caught us
here.
dancing to the music. Oh, well. We're in it's a magical Christmas, right?
I think we needed to practice a little more. Like these folks have been really practicing.
They've been practicing a lot. I want one of those canes. It looks like they have one of those Fred Astaire type dancing canes. I want one of those.
The Oktibbeha County Starkville Emergency Response Volunteer Services, the local emergency management office's Citizen Corps urges us all to be prepared, to get trained and to get involved. The Citizens Corps is FEMA's grassroots strategy to bring together government and community leaders and to involve citizens in all hazards, emergencies, and resilience. They teach CPR, AED, first aid, preparedness, storm spotter courses, and conduct a variety of emergency and disaster relief activities. The Citizens Corps asks you to embrace the personal responsibility to be prepared, to get training in first aid and emergency skills, and to volunteer to support local emergency responders, disaster relief, and community safety by becoming parts of Observes.
There's Brian Hawkins. Looks like we'll be interviewing Brian Hawkins. Ryan, take it away.
What do you guys do?
We're with the newly formed Oktibbeha Starkville Emergency Response Volunteer Services, short for OSERVS for short. We're a new emergency response agency designed to provide kind of frontline response when we have a natural disaster and provide emergency response training in our community. That's what we're about here.
Well, we thank you guys for all the work you do for our community, and thank you for coming out this evening, and what a great truck you guys got here.
Well, it's South Creek Volunteer Fire Department for loaning us the truck for tonight, so we appreciate them.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming out this evening. We'll send it back to you guys at the Cadence Plaza.
Thank you very much, Ryan, and thank you to Brian Hawkins and the OSERVS group here at Oktibbeha County. You know, those storms, they snuck up on us last week, and that was very frightening. I was in town today picking up some food for the crew, and the roof was taken off of Abner's, and you know, we saw what happened at the Pines Mobile Home Park.
That's
and
right.
I think that the damage was more widespread than we even know.
Well, often we forget about the emergency services until we really have to have
That's
the emergency
exactly right.
services. Again, we'd like to thank Cadence Bank for allowing us to be here in their plaza, and also opening up the bank for us to prepare for the parade and work with the crew and let us eat food in one of their lounges in there. And it's been a great opportunity here to be in the middle of the parade, right here in the center of town on the Cadence Bank Plaza. Again, we appreciate Cadence Bank.
And another of our sponsors that we must thank wholeheartedly is Andy Bryant and Video Magic One. Andy and his lovely wife, Josephine, have been supporters of ours and have done so much for the television ministry at First Methodist Church, and are great friends of ours and are friends of the ministry, and have done a great job to help us. Thank you very much to Video Magic One.
We appreciate all Andy does. Looks like next we have Starkville in Motion.
Well, I think this may be the Council of Community Organizations, a nonprofit organization located on Old Highway 82 East. They invite us to find out more about them at www.cococenter.org. The contestant in the small child contest and the fashion show, that's who we saw just then, and those were sponsored by Miss Viola Jackson, who's the vice president. The winner was Malik Hagan, first place, Evan Ellis, Lyric Cannon, and Kennedy Sherman.
And next we have the Rolling Hills Development Center. Looks like we have a Magic Castle there, the Magic of Christmas. Have a little angel by the Magic Castle.
Rolling Hills Development Center has been a supporter of the Starkville Christmas Parade for many years, and we love to see what they put into the parade. Thank you very much.
Again, a lot of support for a lot of people. We appreciate all they do.
A much anticipated float here, the Santa Paws, sponsored by the Oktibbeha County Humane Society. We appreciate the Humane Society being in our parade. I see a puppy dog on the top of that truck, and Ryan has an interview with the Humane Society. Ryan?
Yeah, that's right. We're here with the Humane Society. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Well, honestly, we're volunteers. What we do is we come out there, we help clean up after the dogs. We take care of them, and we just
play with them in the yard, and we just enjoy it. Just good for the dogs.
All right. Well, what's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Honestly, it would be the wake of Christmas morning and Christmas music. I just love Christmas music.
You like Christmas music? Well, that's awesome. Same there. All right. Well, we thank you guys for all the service you do for our community, and we'll send it back to Melanie and John.
Thank you, Ryan. There is nothing that is cuter than a little Labrador puppy. Did you see that? And look at that one.
I'll have to have the Christmas puppy. Yeah, we had one year the Cocker Spaniel puppy, and Christmas is special with a puppy. And the Humane Society does so much to take care of animals and take care of them until someone can adopt the animals. So we appreciate all that they do. And
Absolutely.
again, we hope that people will come and adopt during this time of the year because they need the help.
Go visit them. Take a bag of dog food out there and,
That's right.
And see the new facility if you haven't already. And
Take
the
them.
Oktibbeha County Humane Society, the Santa Paws.
Okay, next we have Lakeside Place. This is the shuttle they're driving through the parade. Also says they're giving out candy, so folks behind may be scrambling to catch some candy. The property is MSU's #1 off-student housing in Starkville. It says they have served residents for 4 years, have a great community. They're all-inclusive and very affordable, located on 1300 Old Highway 12 in Starkville. You can also check them out at lakesideplace.info or call them at 323-3331. Again, that was Lakeside Place, one of Starkville's off-campus housing areas.
We're on about number 65, the entry number 65 of 71. I'm already in anticipation of the Santa Claus float that's coming up that was built by the Rotary Club. But first we have Davis Bail Bond Company and Mary Davis Tax Services. They wish all of their clients and each and every one of us a warm Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now, Davis Bail Bond is always in the parade, and we thank them very much for being with us. You know, we've seen a lot of small children and how the magic of Christmas is just in their eyes. If you don't mind, share with us what you told me earlier about your first Christmas parade experience.
Actually, as we were discussing hosting the parade, I had a little flashback. I think that must have pushed back to the recesses of my mind. I was about 5 years old. My family in Taylorsville, Mississippi, some cousins owned the Cleaners. They decided it would be cute to have some little elves on the float, and I was one of the elves in green tights, which I'm glad there are no pictures.
There you go.
Pointed shoes, makeup, all the work. So anyway, That was many years ago.
And green tights, that's a picture I won't get out of my head.
Yeah, you don't want to see that picture.
The Mo Money Taxes is now Money Company USA and CFR Enterprises. The company has undergone a major remodel both internally and externally, including a new name, logo, internal team, and a new marketing and advertising campaign. Money Company USA with 300 locations located primarily throughout the Southeast. Mo Money Taxes was with us last year, and we thank them.
It's another one of our good corporate sponsors. Coming up next, we have WTVA, WLOV in Channel 9 from the Tupelo, West Point area. And Ryan will be interviewing our friends from WTVA, WLOV. Ryan, there you go.
We're here with WTVA. We're here with Jennifer Watson, meteorologist there, a good friend of mine here. And Jennifer, hey, this weather pretty warm, isn't it?
A little bit on the chilly side there, Ryan, right now.
Yeah, comparatively. But last year, you know, we had near like 30 degrees for this parade, so.
This year it's not that bad, but you can see the wind's already starting to come out of the north, so it's the cold air's coming.
Yeah, that cold front's coming through. The cold air is here to stay, definitely, as we get into wintertime here. Now tell me, what is your favorite Christmas tradition, Jennifer?
Probably just, I used to in upstate New York going and cutting our own Christmas tree. So, yeah.
That's great, cutting your own Christmas tree. That's kind of a tradition that's lost on a lot of society here. We're happy to have you guys out here. Thank you for coming out this evening. And
Robert and Keegan here too.
Robert and Keegan are back here too. All right. All right, well, thank you very much, and we will see you guys later. We'll send it back to the Cadence Plaza.
Thank you, Ryan. She mentioned the tradition of cutting their own Christmas tree. I had a flashback to the Griswold family Christmas tree adventure just this last weekend with our children as we trudged through the woods to find that perfect tree. Some of those kind of traditions we've sort of lost here in the recent past, but cutting a Christmas tree is part of the magic of Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up in Washington State, and we would go cut our Christmas tree numerous times.
And we have another new entry, the tuberous sclerosis group from Starkville. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot about them, but we appreciate their participation in the Starkville Christmas Parade. Some cute little fellas there on the top of that tree.
And the magic of Christmas with the stars, and wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. On a dog. Yokiero Taco Bell.
Again, we appreciate these new entries, and while we have the opportunity, let us tell other folks, if you're listening to this broadcast and you've never participated in the parade, please do so next year. And then, of course, make sure that you get the information into us so that we can say all the nice things about your group that we would like to say. And that is at the end of the parade, unfortunately, but it's sort of bittersweet because we know who's coming up next.
And that's a beautiful float made by the Rotary Club. I have to put a quick plug in for Rotary. I joined Rotary this summer. Thoroughly enjoyed the organization. I had a small hand in helping with those 8 tiny reindeer. The magical man here at the end of the parade has to end the parade with Santa. And I bet if anybody pulled on that beard, they would find that that's real.
Actually, yes. Santa Claus on that float with Rotary. That is the tradition to end the Starkville Christmas Parade every year with Santa Claus. And I'm so glad we have an opportunity. Often Santa zips by us so quickly that we don't get to thank Rotary, as I know that you just did. But look at the detail on that float. Somebody worked really hard on those reindeer. And I just love the parade being right behind us. Santa's looking the other way. I thought he might wave at us.
Santa will be joining us later, but he won't look this way now. He's looking at the children. I don't blame him. I'd be looking at the children too.
Well, and again, I said earlier, I think it's really neat. The development partnership offered to shuttle Santa back to us so that we could do a live interview. They're going to bring him back on the set via golf cart. So I think that'll be sort of interesting. The children that are going to be lined on both sides of the road when Santa Claus is coming by waving at them from a golf cart.
Well, Santa
you might have to take a second look.
Well, Santa can ride a sleigh, Santa can ride a golf cart, whatever Santa wants to ride, fine with me.
Because it is a magical Christmas,
It
you
is a
know.
magical Christmas.
And I had an opportunity to see Santa just a little bit before the parade, and I told him to be prepared to answer some questions
That's
about the magic of Christmas, because there's so much magic that surrounds Santa Claus.
Well, I'm looking forward to talking to the man himself shortly.
Well, and first, let's take a quick break. Again, let's officially thank our sponsors of the Starkville Christmas Parade. And we invite you folks to stay tuned, because when we come back, more on the Starkville Christmas Parade and a live discussion with Santa Claus. We'll be right back.
The 2010 Starkville Christmas Parade is brought to you by the Cardwell family. The Cardwell family sends best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Family Clinic. The Family Clinic sends congratulations to Starkville's junior miss, Caroline Brandon, and season's greetings to the Starkville community. Hydrohawk. The Hydrohawk, providing simple, affordable SCADA monitoring and control of municipalities' water systems and wastewater treatment plants. Oktibbeha County Hospital, advanced medicine, compassionate care.
Welcome back to the 39th Annual Starkville Christmas Parade from here at the Cadence Bank Plaza.
We have had a lovely evening and a great parade, and you know, we've talked a lot about the sponsors of the parade, but one that we want to say a particular thank you to is Andy Bryant and his lovely wife Josephine, and their contributions to the television ministry at First Methodist and to the Starkville Christmas Parade. The use of their truck and a lot of other equipment and just their support has meant so much. And so we thank Video Magic One. Their business is there on Stark Road. They do all sort of editing and duplicating and photography. And thank you, Andy, and thank you, Josephine. We appreciate you very much.
Again, the magic of Christmas, the Video Magical van we've been broadcasting from tonight.
Oh, yeah. And of course, the judges have been watching each float, each walking unit, each group go by, because their job is very difficult.
Absolutely.
They are tabulating their decisions even as we speak, and I think Ryan is with them to present the winners. Tradition is that we will thank them and honor them tonight, but then they'll be featured in the newspaper.
Okay, great.
And,
We're going with Ryan now, I believe, for an interview with the judges. Here we go, Ryan.
That's right, we're here with the judges. They have everything all tabulated up, ready to go. We're here with Rebecca Tabb. And Rebecca, tell us what some of the criteria is for the judging this evening.
The theme is It's a Magical Christmas, and so this year the judges, we judged on the theme of the float, best use of lights, the best business, and best overall.
Okay, now here's the information everybody wants to know. Who are our winners?
Okay, for best use of theme for walking unit is CMG Creation Dance and Fitness. Best use of theme for float is the Girl Scouts Troop 320. Best faith-based entry is Adaton United Methodist Church. Best business and commercial entry is Ability Works Incorporated. Best nonprofit or civic entry is Rolling Hills Development Center. Best school age entry is the Cub Scouts Pack 27. Best overall is Longview United Methodist Church, and best use of lights is OCH Regional Medical Center. And we decided to give an honorable mention to Clark Beverage Group Incorporated.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. You guys have been working hard. Congratulate all our winners in this parade this evening. And
Thanks, Ryan. We appreciate your interview there with the judges. And again, very hard decision that they've had to make. And we'll be back in just a little bit with Santa, but first of all, Mel wanted to thank a few folks for us.
Well, each year the Greater Starkville Development Partnership asks us to give the special thank yous to the folks that have helped them put this parade together. And of course the parade committee, Tasha Hill, Karen Dampier, Stephen Tribble, Bill Green, Amanda Hall, Zach Ashmore, Shelby Stevenson, and Melanie Green. The ambassadors, Barbara Foster, Peggy Buckley, Nina Welch, John Precinct, Robin Havard, Libby Gerald, Phil Hartness, and Melanie Mitchell. We've already thanked the judges, and we thanked Boy Scout Troop 45, Cadence Bank, the City of Starkville, the staff. Prudential always helps out, the Sheriff Dolph Bryan, Shonda Deloach, the Police Department, the Bookmark, and the Chamber wishes to thank us and our volunteers, but we'll have more time to do that later as well.
A lot of folks to thank when you put on a parade as big as this parade.
That's true, and it's just a collaborative effort. Of course, the parade part through the partnership, the broadcast part through us, and then just all the volunteers that make it happen.
Takes a lot of volunteers.
Huge production.
Absolutely.
It's something that makes our community really unique, I think.
It is. It's always a special time of year, and again, magical Christmas, and leads us all into the holidays.
And we thanked our sponsors, but I think we're going to take another opportunity to ask, to tell them thank you one more time in an official break, and then when we come back, we're going to have the man of the hour, Santa Claus himself. And so stay tuned. We'll be back for the interview with Santa here at the Starkville Christmas Parade.
The 2010 Starkville Christmas Parade is brought to you by Rick Sherman Exteriors for all your interior and exterior painting needs. Savage Company, quality work at low prices. Starkville Main Street Association at the Greater Starkville Development Partnership. Video Magic One, a full-service video production company designed to meet all your video needs, from reproductions to videography of your special events.
Welcome back. We're here with the man of the hour.
And in our wrap-up of the Starkville Christmas Parade, we have Santa Claus on set with us. Santa Claus came right behind us on the rotary float. Welcome, Santa. Thank you for being in the Starkville Christmas Parade.
It is always so marvelous to be in the Starkville Parade. It's my most favorite Christmas parade.
Wow. Oh, thank you so much. And of course, with our theme this year, it's a magical Christmas. You think about Santa when you think about the magic of Christmas.
Thank you. But the real magic of Christmas is the awe and wonder and feeling that people have.
Absolutely.
Folks that don't really get along real well the rest of the year can manage to get along remarkably well around Christmas.
Sounds like maybe we need to remember the magic of Christmas.
Absolutely.
We need to remember the true magic of Christmas. And John, I think you had a question for Santa Claus.
Well, I had a question, and this might be one that other people would probably want to ask as well, but Santa, I've been relatively good most of the year. Is that probably close enough to be on the good list?
That's probably close enough to be on the good
good.
list. But that's not a definitive answer, John.
Oh, well, I'll try to be really good between now and the 24th.
I can neither confirm nor deny whether that's exactly enough.
So is Santa going into politics?
No, Santa's not running for anything.
Okay.
And Ryan?
Yeah, my question was, how long do you spend at each house? It seems like you got a big night ahead come up here on December 24th.
One of the magic things about Christmas is Santa can do things with time.
Oh, wow.
And what would take you 25 or 30 minutes to do, I can do in what would seem to be the twinkling of an eye.
That's awesome. I wish we all had that. That'd be great.
Sometimes that would be good.
It would.
The magic of Christmas. Now, Santa, I told the boys and girls earlier in the broadcast that you would have a special message for them. So I told them to be seated in front of their television because Santa was going to look in the camera and give them some information that they need between now and Christmas.
You know, Christmas, as fun as it is a time that's sort of stressful for moms and dads. And what you can do that will be the most help for them and for me is be the very best you can be between now and Christmas.
That is good advice, boys and girls, and for host and co-host and man on the street, the best that we can be between now and Christmas.
That's right.
We'll work on it, Santa, for sure, I promise.
And Santa, thank you so much again. You know, there are so many folks that make the Starkville Christmas Parade so special. You're one of those each year, and we thank you. And now we have to take this opportunity to thank a family, Dr. Joe Cardwell's family, Miss Leota and his family, supporters of the Starkville Christmas Parade. Of course, we lost Dr. Joe a few years ago, but Dr. Joe was the camera person there for the camera on the talent each year, and he meant so much to the ministry, and we have a square knot that helps us remember him and his contributions, and of course Miss Leota continuing to sponsor us and to sponsor this broadcast, this coverage of the parade. We thank you to Dr. Joe and to Miss Leota, and a lot of thank yous to the other folks that have made tonight possible.
Absolutely, and anybody who's been around our church for very long or the parade, we appreciate Dr. Cardwell. We would like to thank our crew. Again, as Mel said earlier, none of this can be possible without our crew. So we'd like to thank our crew, the folks who've worked really hard here all night. The executive producers have been Stefan Tribble and Karen Dampier, producer Bill Green, director Ralph Oliveri, technical director John Hall, chief engineer Olin Booth, truck engineer Zach Ashmore, production coordinator Amanda Hall, stage manager Lynn McBroom, camera 1 Leslie Watts, camera 2 Stephen Lehman, and camera 3 Terry Coggins. Again, thanks to our crew. We appreciate all you've done tonight. Look forward to working with you again.
And of course, Amanda Hall and Zach Ashmore did our graphics, Bill Green on audio. The production assistants were Nikki and Michaela Hall. We'd also, of course, we've already thanked the bank again, but it's appropriate that we do that, and the Boy Scouts and everyone else that helped us, and of course all of our sponsors. And I'd like to thank you two, Ryan and John. I've already said thanks to Santa, but thanks for being with us again and for your contribution to the parade. Do you have any parting words here as we wrap up our coverage of Starkville's Christmas Parade in 2010?
Well, I just wanted to say this has been a great parade, and the weather has cooperated for the most part. We've had, some wind around the area, but overall it was a little warmer than last year, which is some good news, definitely. And I'm glad that I was able to come out here and be with you guys again for another year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job, Ryan. We appreciate it. And Mel, I just like to say I've really enjoyed it and enjoyed being with you on the set here, and wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And again, remember the reason for the season that we celebrate Christmas.
And thank you, John, because that is so important. From all of us here at Starkville Channel 5, we thank you for being with us, and keep the reason for the season in your heart, and that's Jesus Christ. And to all a good night and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.